Good morning, everyone. Just a reminder, I'm Chad Wilson, and this is the second video for our ENGI 2304 Winter Mini for the 2020-2021 term. So I want to cover a few things today. First of all, I just posted an announcement to Blackboard that has your peer review teams in it, and these are by rows. So your peer review team will be the people in the row with a number. So you'll be number 1 if you're in row 1. And those 3 to 4 people are going to comprise your peer review team. And this is the group that you will work with to review your resumes, to review all of your drafts as we go through the term. You should communicate with your team members. You can do that on the discussion board. In the specific peer review, there's a discussion board for peer review resumes, for example. You can do it in there. You want to sort of triangulate. So if there are 3 people in your team, you want to make sure one person reviews one reviews another, one reviews another. You only have to review one person in your team. But the idea here is that some of you are going to fail to submit your drafts for review. If you do that, if you fail to do it, you need to communicate with your team members and apologize to them so that they can arrange to review other people's assignments within their team, okay? Now, it may turn out that a student reviews someone who has already been reviewed because their partner didn't submit anything. That's okay. It might mean that you don't get a review. That's what happens when people don't do their work, when they're part of a team. You're part of this team. You need to participate in it. And this is a part of your grade. I believe it's worth 3 to 5%. I don't remember exactly. Let's see, peer review participation is 5% of your grade. So you're going to want to participate because it's going to affect your grade. So submit your drafts on time. It's a draft. It's okay. Even when I review your drafts, when it comes to recommendation reports, I'm not really going to be looking at things like grammar. I'm going to be looking for coherence, completeness, formatting, things like that. So, and also remember that even if your partner tells you you did well, it doesn't mean you're going to get a good grade. Now, hopefully there's some correlation, but I'm the reviewer. Your peer review partners, your peer review team stands between you, your paper, and me, the grader, the reviewer. So I'm the one who has the final say in it. But even when I review your recommendation report sections at the end, I'm not going to be grading on things like grammar and all that. I'm not going to be reading that closely. I'm just trying to see that you've gotten it done. So you may get an A on that and end up getting a C on the paper. There may not be a correlation there, okay? So don't think just because you did well on the drafts, it means you're going to do well on the final. So that's peer review teams. They're there. Communicate with your group. That's key. This is your peer review team. So make sure you communicate with them. Also, office hours. I'm going to be having office hours on Zoom. There is a link on the left side of the discussion board. You'll see it there near where it says assignments, course documents on the left. There's Chad Wilson's office hours. These are going to be from 10 to 11, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So my office hours are from 10 to 11 on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Click on that link. It'll open up Zoom. I'll be waiting. Well, you will be put into a waiting room, and then when I am free during that time, I'll let you in. If you can't come during that time, you can always email me. And if you do need to talk virtually, face-to-face, sort of, you can always set up an appointment with me and we can have a different Zoom time. But if possible, see me during the office hours. And there may be times when I can't have office hours, like this Thursday is Christmas Eve. I still should be able to have office hours. But if something happens and I can't, I'll just put an announcement, no office hours today. If you need to contact me, you can always contact me by email. at cawilson@uh.edu. Okay, about your resumes. You, at this point, should have watched the videos on resumes, and you have to submit a draft. Make sure that you submit your draft on time, so that's due by noon tomorrow. Then those will be submitted to the discussion board, peer review resumes. Your team members that you have corresponded with in the discussion board or through email will download your draft, make comments in Microsoft Word about it. And if you want questions to ask comments about, if you go to course documents, course PowerPoints, you will see peer review resume PowerPoint. And it has a list of questions that you can ask. There are some differences though. So then you will make comments on your team's draft, on your partner's draft. You only have to review one person's, and then submit it back with your comments to the discussion board as a reply to their post. And then I'm going to go through and check that you guys are doing what you're supposed to do. So there are some differences between the convincing engineering resumes and the engineering resume. So one was done back in 2012, something like that. The other was done in 2019. So things have changed. First of all, summary at the beginning, not objective. We want a summary. The example is there under the fall 2017 resume example or template, whatever it says. So summary at the beginning. Still serves the same purpose, but it's no longer called an objective. And it doesn't say to seek. It's actually a summary that you are a mechanical engineering student seeking an internship in X, Y, or Z. So summary. Make sure that you line up your bullets on the left. And also, I would save your bullets. You don't need to put bullets in your education section. Save your bullets for when you need to explain something, such as job duties or projects. That's where you use bullets. Don't use bullets throughout the whole thing. You don't need bullets by your coursework. You don't necessarily even need bullets when you're listing the organizations you're a part of. Save the bullets so that they make sense. They should be used for the same thing throughout your resume. Remember, one page resume. Do put your GPA at the beginning. They are looking for that. And otherwise, follow the example. If you don't have a lot of job experience, that's okay. Use your coursework. Use your course projects. Your resume should not look sparse. It should be full. Put projects. Explain your projects. Explain what you did in your projects. Explain how well they work. And when you're even writing out your projects for your ENGI 1100 class, for example, state that it was the title of the project, ENGI 1100, University of Houston, and then put the date on the right, just as if it were a job. You format it just like a job, and then put bullets for what you did in the project. Okay? Next, you've got to start your conventions of peer-reviewed journal articles. So go to info.lib.uh.edu, that's info.lib.uh.edu, or just Google UH Library. You'll get there. And you may have to log in with your CougarNet account. You can use that main search feature that they're on the main page, or you can go to your specific guide and find it that way. You want to get to a database somehow, and it's better if it's in your major, but for example, if you're a petroleum engineering student, this is really a petroleum engineering major, you could use chemical engineering or just Academic Search Complete. There are some general databases, but you want to find some peer-reviewed journal articles in your major that you're interested in. And these should be peer-reviewed, which means they should not be magazine articles and they should not be review articles. Okay, you want to find actual experimental articles. where they did an experiment or designed a system and then they tested it to see how well it works. So when you're looking for your articles, there may not be a search button that says peer review, but you can see what kind of article it is. It should be about an experiment that they did. Post the 3 links to the discussion board, and then for assignment 2, you want to actually write out the citation or the bibliography entry for those 3 articles. So whatever it is, you're going to want to write out the entire bibliography entry as if you were going to cite that article. How do you know which system to use? You probably used MLA before. Well, you're not going to be using MLA again. For this class, you should look up your major society. So if you're in chemical engineering, it would be AICHE. If you're in industrial engineering, it'd be IIE. If you're in electrical engineering, it would be IEEE. So look up your major society and author guidelines, or writing style, or citation style, or documentation style. Whatever it is, you want to start using the system that's in your major. I'm not going to be grading you on how well you get your commas and things like that. I'm not going to be your regular English teacher grading you on how well you do your MLA format. You need to do it right because this is for your major and your future career. This is the way you're going to be doing it. Don't think I'm going to tell you how to do it. You need to figure it out. So look up your major, see how they do it, and then write the bibliography entries for those 3 articles that you find. All right, we'll talk more later. Good luck.